What do these three colors have in common today? Today we are going to make Jamie's granny square. I hope you stick around and see how beautiful it turns out. Welcome back to another episode of the Hue of You. Your name is a granny square. Today we are going to do a square for my dear friend Jamie. Jamie asked me to do her square today, and she did give me some color options that she really was interested in, but these were not the colors that came out. So I'm kind of excited to share with you what we're doing today. Oh, and by the way, hi, I'm Kristen, and this is Enchanted Yarnworks. Here on my channel, I do a lot of just random and different kinds of crochet projects. Just our latest is what I'm going to show you today, which is Your Name is a Granny Square. So please make sure you are subscribed if you're not already, and click that notification bell so you are aware when all of my new videos come out. And please consider hitting that like button, and definitely share this video if you do find it interesting and fun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going and start Jamie's The Hue of You, Your Name as a Granny Square. Jamie, I hope you like your square. Okay, what we need today are three colors. As usual, I'm working with Stylecraft Special DK yarn. I love the amount of colors they have. It just makes this creative process so much more fun. Don't have to worry about not having the right shade or the right color anyways, so it's a lot of fun. The three colors we're using today are gold, silver, and petrol. So petrol is like this dark teal color, which is super pretty, and it's going to go nicely with these three here. Hook, we're using a 4mm hook. This is a Clover Amour. I have it linked down below in the description box. And then, of course, my trusty pouch that I have for all of my goodies. Just a regular pair of scissors. This comes in a set of 2 I have linked down below. My pink ones have walked away. I don't know where they are. I shall find them. And of course, my yarn needles and my cute little tin here. If you're interested in this pouch pattern, I have it linked down below as well. It is not my pattern. It is someone else's on Pinterest, but I am perfectly happy to share the good news of how to make that, so you can have something that's functional for you as well. If you're wondering what on earth this stuff is on my cake yarn, it is thread saver that is used for big spools of sewing thread, and I find it wonderfully helpful to contain my yarn as I use it, and it gets smaller and shrinks down, and then it's less messy. So that's also linked down below. Disclaimer, anything that I link down below, I am an associate for Amazon and also Love Crafts. If you decide to order your Stylecraft yarn through them, I will receive a small commission from them. It's just a thank you, and don't worry, nothing is going to be charged more for you. You won't pay any more. It's just a thank you for me for sharing all the goodies with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Color A is gold, color B is petrol, and color C is our silver. So let me go ahead and put these back this direction. And we're going to get started on this fun bit. Okay, let me pull out just a bit of that. So what we have to do first is make a magic ring. You can do the chain 4 slip stitch method if you like, whatever makes you more comfortable. Actually, let me show you how to do that. If this is your first time here and you haven't seen that before, there are so many different ways to make a magic ring. This is the one that I find the easiest. So you'll take the short end of your tail, go ahead and hold it if you're right-handed. Just mirror this if you're left-handed. Go ahead and wrap it around your fingers like so, and then cross it over and grab that with your 2 far fingers. You're going to make an X, go under that X, this piece, and hook this one right here, pull it around, then you have that little loop, and then yarn over, and then pull through that to secure. That is easy peasy. There you are. So what we have to do is we're going to make a total of 12 double crochets here, but our starting has to be a chain. So we are doing a chain 3 to count as our first double crochet. So now we need 11 double crochets in the magic ring. Okay, so 1, 2, and that's getting bunched up over there. You can also kind of put your fingers in the ring to kind of hold it steady if you like. So that was what, 2? 1, 2. Yep, so this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And that is all we need in this color. So we will slip stitch to the beginning, to the top of our chain 3, like so. Pull that tight, pull this, and I'm going to do an invisible join. Okay, next up we are working with Petrol, which is this pretty nice dark teal color. Look how beautiful that looks on top of that. Okay, so what we are going to be doing, this is going to be alternating double crochet and front post double crochet. You can join like so and then do the chains. I want to join with a standing double crochet. I just kind of like to do that. It just gives it the same feel as if it was starting out as a double crochet. So you just make your, if you want, you don't have to do a slip knot. You can just kind of twist it around your hook, but I find this is more easier for me to do. And then yarn over like you would a double crochet, go into your top of your stitch, yarn over, and then you're just going to work this like a regular double crochet. Make sure you do hold on to that so that it doesn't slip and twist and then you kind of lose. So there is our start, and that's how we get started. And now we're increasing this round, so we have to put 2 in the same space. So now we're doing a front post double crochet on that same stitch that we worked into the top of. And then we're going to do that all the way around. So then double crochet in the top of the next, and then a front post double crochet around the same stitch. So we're doing this all the way around until we have 24 stitches total. And this definitely also gives us some texture, which is nice. Look how beautiful that color is next to the gold. And we are going to end up with 24 stitches. Because we're technically working 2 in each. We're just doing it a little bit differently. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we're halfway around. is 22. And here's our last. 23 and 24. Okay, and we're just going to slip stitch into the top of that standing double crochet, or if you did a chain 3 into the top of that chain 3. And then here's our round 2 with this beautiful petrol color. Doesn't it look fantastic with the gold? It just pops. Okay, so then we have to tie this off because we're going to change colors. So this pattern changes colors a few different times. We're using the same 3 colors, but we're going to kind of go back and forth with a few. It's not just one color, one color, one color. It just goes back and forth, which is pretty. Okay, so that's ready. That's ready. So I don't know about you, but I think the back is just as intriguing as the front. So this could make something really cool. Okay, next up we need our next color, which is silver. Petrol's not gone. We're going to come back to it. We have to do a little something different here. So we're going to start squaring off with our silver. And this requires double crochet. So again, I'm going to do a standing double crochet because we're going to start making corners. And we are working into any front post double crochet. So here is a random one right there. And doing this the same way as before, that gives us our first double crochet of the corner. And then I need another one. And then a chain 2 and 2 double crochets. Just like so. So there's our first corner. And now we're working the side. So a half double crochet, excuse me if I wasn't very pronunciated with what I said there. And then 3 single crochets. And then a half double. And now we're back to our next corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And rinse and repeat. Half double crochet, 3 singles, half double, and next corner. 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and repeat for the next side, corner, and side. So I will just go ahead and work through that. Final half double crochet, and then slip stitch to the top of that standing double crochet for our corner. And that is how it gets squared off. So now we're going to switch back to Petrol. Looking cute. Okay, back to Petrol. So we're going to grow our square. And again, we are doing double crochets. So we're going to do a standing double crochet. Again, of course, because that's what I like to do in our corner space. So we are going to be doing a total of 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and then 2 more. And now we are just doing double crochets across. And that's 9 for the side. And then we go back into the corner and work that. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then 9 down the side before we get to the corner. Simple, simple. Okay, so we are finishing with a slip stitch to the top of that first standing double crochet. And now we are doing another row round of this color. Doesn't that look so pretty? It's gorgeous. So we need to slip stitch over to our corner space. And then we're chaining 3 and a double crochet to do our corners. Chain 2 and then double crochet twice. And we're just going to continue the same pattern of double crocheting across and in our corners. So this is really easy. Last few rounds, the beginning was the intricate bit with the front post double crochets. So it's pretty fun. So this should be 13 double crochets to the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, here's 12, and here's 13. We are. And corner, 2 double crochets. My scraps are getting caught over here in my yarn. Chain 2 and 2 double crochets. And then we just repeat all the way around. 13 double crochets down the side, and then continue with our corners. And don't forget that it can kind of get hidden in there, that first stitch. So there we are. I finished that up and did tied it off and did my invisible join. And we have one more row to do, which is our finishing row, and we are going to be using silver. Just kind of border it out and give it a little bit extra. It's pretty, just like this. I absolutely love this color. That gold just pops beautifully with it. But one more round. We are joining in a corner, and this we are doing single crochets for this last round. So we're just going to join as a standing single crochet, just like so, in the corner there. Chaining 2, and then a single crochet. And we are just single crocheting all the way down. Probably the easiest round of this whole square. So there should be a total of 19 single crochets down the side. So that's also going to include our first from the corner, I believe, yes. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on 7. So here's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yep, 18, and our last one is the beginning of our corner, so 19. Chain 2 and single crochet. So that's 1 for this side. So I am just going to go all the way around and see you at the end. Right, so here we are, finished around. So I'm going to show you how I block my squares. And fun part, I just got a new travel steam iron, which I'm going to be using for this purpose. From now on, I don't have to bring the iron from upstairs downstairs. So I will have one in my room and I'm super psyched. Okay, so I'm just going to take my little pins and I'm going to pin them in the blue part um, just inside the corner, like where my lines are. And so this should be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably like a 4.5-inch square. So that'll go right there in the half. This is one of my Knit IQ blocking mats. I'm so sad that cannot find them on the internet anywhere anymore because I think they're fantastic. If you guys find an alternative that I could share with you guys, please let me know in the comments. But I absolutely love these, and I would wish that you guys could find some for yourself if you were looking, because they're just great. So what I'm doing, as you can see, is just pinning these in. Easy, easy. So reason for blocking, in case you're curious, is sometimes, your tension gets wonky or you just want everything uniform with your squares. So, and in this case, I noticed there's plenty of areas where my tension was a little different, tighter in some places, looser in others. So this is going to help with uniformity because it's going to relax these fibers. Now I'm steaming this, which is acrylic, which is, I think, the best way to do acrylic. Do not do this with your natural fibers. They require like actual wet blocking and drying. So also I will obviously not be putting the heat touching this acrylic because I don't want it to melt. Just going to hover over it, let the steam go around. I like to lift this up, so you can see, so that heat and the steam will go underneath and work from both sides. And what's fun is that when it starts to relax, the center starts to like sink down. That's how I know it's relaxed. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get that steamed up. I am really excited about this cute little steam iron I got. I will show you. Let me scoot this a little bit. So check this one guy out. Isn't this super cute? Comes in different colors. I like green, so that's why I grabbed green. So it's a travel iron and steam iron, so you can use this handle. Has this nice little setup here, but then it also just turns like so you can use it like this. I'm just gonna leave it. This is where you fill the water, right here. I'm just gonna leave it in this orientation. I'm gonna plug it in. It has an LCD screen, which is nice. Plug, plug, plug. And as you see, it's going to warm up. Comes with a nice little fill container, and the instructions are pretty simple if you're interested in all that. Easy peasy. So here is the iron setting, and then these are steam settings, and there it is. It's ready to start steaming. As you can hear and see, steam is rising. So let's, woo, it's getting, that's a lot of steam. So here we go. You guys can watch the actual process. As you see, I'm not really touching the square at all. Let me move this base over here. That's a lot of steam. This is like the small amount of steam setting. So, ooh, the camera getting clogged up, but there we go. The steam comes out of this end right here, in case you're wondering why it looks like I'm so far away. Okay, I think that's plenty right there. Ooh. Let's turn it off. I think we're done. Yes. So as you see, like I said, it kind of sank down in the middle. That means it's definitely relaxed those fibers. Just want to stretch this a tiny little bit here in the middle to get it relaxed, not just on the outside bits. Get it in the middle bits, like so. And here we go. Let me unplug this so it can calm down. And I will move it out of the way. It's definitely really warm. So with the steam, it dries much quicker naturally than it would if you totally wet blocked. So I definitely want to take it off of here and make sure it's not sitting in moisture underneath. But generally, here we go. Here's the process for how I steam block all my squares. I hope that's informative and helpful for you. And there's the back side. Okay. Jamie, I hope that you like this one. I love these colors and I think they're beautiful together. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up all my mess and I'll see you in just a moment. Jamie, I really hope you like this square. I know it wasn't the colors that you were hoping for, but I think that they're still quite suitable for you. Anyways, again, like I said, I hope you like it, Jamie. I hope everyone else and the rest of you who have joined me today have liked it. If you did, please show me some love and hit that like button. Stick around and definitely make sure your notification bell is dinged with that subscribe button so that you will know when my next square comes out or any other fun things I do. Every Sunday, I do a Sunday Fun Day where we just make something together live on our channel. If that sounds interesting to you, I invite you to join us on Sundays. If you would like your name as a granny square, please go ahead and put it down below and I will add you to the list of fun names to put together. So again, I want to say thank you for hanging out with us today. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.